I just finished watching the first episode of the Halo TV series, and I really don't know how I completely want to feel about it. So that's why this is just going to be like an impressions video, no review of the episode or anything like that. Because I do feel like you have to watch something thoroughly to get a full and complete context of what's going on. But the show itself has some major problems. The number one fact that the creators of the show did not play the video games is a huge red flag. And initially, when I saw the trailer for the first time, I was like, okay, this looks like Halo. Master Chief looks good. Covenant looked good. It could be fine. How could they fuck this up? Boy, was I wrong. The initial impression that I got was so bad that I was bored halfway through the episode. And like I said, going back to the fact that these guys didn't even play the video games, but they talked to some of the studio heads and things like that to get a feel for the character, which how could you not play the video games? Because this is what put this franchise on the map. Like, if anybody you should be aiming the series for is the core fans. And the core fans are the video gamers who sat through all these different Halo games to fall in love with who we see Master Chief is. And the show just kind of just steps all over that by not doing their due diligence and completely looking at all the source material and not just talking to people about how they feel the character is and how they feel about the world and stuff like that. And so you can't really put this all at fault on Paramount, which doing my research, I saw that the studio heads kind of wanted to expand the universe and not completely follow the game, which is fine. You don't have to follow the game, but you at least have to make the character true to himself. You know, you have to make Master Chief the same Master Chief that we've fallen in love with. If you want to have a series that retains its fans, that is successful, you should be aiming to please the very people that shot this franchise to the moon, and that's the video gamers. And how that got greenlit past quality assurance as to, well, we won't look at the video games as source material. I don't understand. But the show definitely suffers from that. The fact that they completely just ruined the franchise by taking Master Chief's helmet off to show his emotions, and that was from the actor who's playing Master Chief, Lee Schreiber. Like, we went through all those video games without Master Chief taking his helmet off, and we loved them, every single one of them. So we don't need to see ourselves as Master Chief because we don't need to see ourselves in Master Chief because as the gamer, we became Master Chief. We don't need his helmet off. He's perfectly fine being a badass with it on. And the show kind of just, in the first episode, just kind of took that away from us. And and the reveal was so bad. I don't know what else to say about how bad this show has the potential to be. And it's a shame that the writers and creators did not go with some of the video game source material just to get a better feel for Master Chief. Like, my God, they had him, spoilers, which I don't recommend this to anybody of the fan of the games to watch in the first place. But there are going to be some spoilers in this talk. And one of the main ones is Master Chief was basically a military assassin. And the writers made the Marine Force a oppressor of some sorts over the galaxy. And the story is just so wrong and incoherent to what we got from the video games. And like I said, you don't have to follow the video games, but you at least need to keep the character true to source, the world true to source, and things like that. But I don't understand how they thought this was a good idea. But the show does have one or two things going for it. They don't shy away from the graphic nature of war at all. Like, you see people get blown to bits, and you're like, holy shit. Like, the first 20 minutes of the episode was fucking great. After that, it's the fucking snooze fest. I was so bored at one point. I almost stopped it. I was like, I have to at least finish it. But yeah, they don't shy away from the graphic nature of war. Great. Master Chief suit looks good when the CGI works. And that's going to take us into the negatives. The CGI was terrible. Some aspects, they knocked it out of the park. And that's maybe 10% of the CGI that we saw. The other 90%, complete trash. Complete trash. The animations, complete trash for the CGI. I don't know. And for a show that cost $90 million to make, that's for their budget. So I don't know. I don't know where the budget's going. It definitely ain't on CGI. Yeah, I don't recommend it. We're gonna keep going through this review or impressions of the show, and the fact that when they got to the point of Master Chief revealing his face was so fucking cringe and cliche. If you were gonna do it, God man, do it in a much more badass way. It took the Mandalorian 4 or 5 episodes before he even got unmasked, and it was for a brief period of time. Dude, Master Chief got unmasked for the rest of the episode. Like, it was so bad. And the fact that he was unmasked with his human head on that big ass battle suit, he looked like a fucking bobblehead. It was so bad. I don't see this show being successful because they immediately alienated their number one driving force in the fans, which is the video gamers. And you're 100% should be aiming the show at them, because the people that they're aiming for probably won't watch it. Like, I can guarantee you, any fan of the series will tune in for the first episode, and after the first 20 minutes, they may finish the first one and bounce. It's just that bad. The story is very incoherent. The CGI is pretty spotty throughout. The voice behind Halo Master Chief has always been Steve Downes. Phenomenal voice that just, when you see Master Chief, this is what you hear. And just, Liv Schreiber it didn't cut it, man. Like, just, there was no oomph, I would say, that he had in his voice. It is what it is. I don't think this show's gonna survive to a second season. Maybe this is a one-off for them. They only want to do one season. Great, because I don't think it's gonna get greenlit for a second, because no one's gonna watch it. You know, the handful of people that you're catering this to, okay, they might watch it, but it's not enough, because 90% of the people who probably watched this first episode were fans of the game, and they probably will come out completely disappointed, me included. But like I said, since I'm doing this for content purposes, I will stick it out and go through the rest of the series just to see if it either progresses and gets better, or just continues to, nosedive off a cliff in its popularity and its content. This is a short video. I don't have much else to say about it, but if you're a fan of the Halo series, you will absolutely hate this fucking first episode, outside the first 20 minutes, because the first 20 minutes, that opening battle scene was great, but after that, complete snooze fest. But that's it for this video, man. My name's Lincoln. This is the RPG Show. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.